y'all for another edition of Melanated Talk, where we talk about things that affect the black community. And I can tell you right now, it is our 50th show, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my applause up. Hold on. Let me get my applause up. And then we'll go to a commercial. Okay. Anyway, it's our 50th show. It's our 50th show, y'all.
Yes, the Big 5. Isn't that something? I turned the Big 5 today. This year. And this is the 50th show.
It's nice, man. It's nice. It's nice.
Beautiful.
And and I've always said this, man. I really enjoy doing this show with this lady, man. I really do.
Flattery gets you everything.
I hope so. But anyway, yeah.
50 shows. Can you believe it?
It's 50 shows, man. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole lot. So, there's 50 shows for us.
Yeah.
And on the 50th show, we have a doozy of a show. Because for those of you who don't know, well, we get into more detail about it later. For those of you who don't know, that don't have Twitter or any social media for that matter, the actress that played Pam on Martin, Tichina Arnold, raised a really good question. We'll get into that question later on. It'll raise a really big stink. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you right now, from my perspective, it wasn't really that big of it. Really wasn't a bad question. It was actually a really good one. And with my wife here, I would love to get a black woman's perspective on that particular question. Because I would really love to hear your perspective on it. And if anybody else wants to call in and give their perspective on that particular question, I would love to hear it.
Absolutely.
But anyway.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady. I got to carry this show, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Just get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, really I am. I'm jumping the gun. I don't know why. I'm jumping the gun. Sorry about that, y'all. But anyway.
How was your week?
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same question, but my week was a week. Found out I had a brother, didn't know I had. Yep. And I talked to him. We were supposed to meet up yesterday, but we both had to work.
God is good.
Hey, it is what it is.
That's why I said we have to do family reunions, people. We have to.
I agree.
There should be no rhyme or reason why we shouldn't. In a situation like this, it's probably going to be somebody you probably seen some, because I bet you when y'all meet face to face, both of you probably going to say, I seen you somewhere.
Of course.
I seen you somewhere before.
Exactly. I know it's going to happen. Yeah, I know that's going to happen. But,
That's how it was when I went to your family thing 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And kind of find out, everybody who said that either they live somewhere over here,
right,
work somewhere where I go. So
we got a cousin.
Like,
we have a cousin that works in Parkland.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Probably saw it. All three of my grandchildren were born in Parkland. I probably saw it. Didn't know who I was looking at.
Right. Well, my week has been a week. Work-wise, it was a week. But I want to do a couple of special shout outs to a couple of ladies and young men in my life.
Okay.
On the 19th, we celebrate my baby sister Angela's birthday. Happy birthday, little sister. Many, many more. She really didn't want to do anything, but we still went out and ran a couple of errands and stuff like that a couple of days later. But happy birthday to her.
Yeah, that's
happy
neat.
Birthday to my sister-in-law, Kimberly. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, sister-in-law. Hope you had a good time at lunch today. And tomorrow, Monday, my brother is graduating from college. So congratulations to you, big bro. We got a lot of stuff going on. I'm very proud of my family.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have quite a bit
very
going on. We have
family,
a bunch going on.
Happy birthday to you guys. And way to go, bro, to get that degree.
Congratulations, Mike.
Never too old to learn.
No doubt about it. I'm always learning.
Better than that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Glad to be here for the 50th show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I guess I will get to the books. Okay, hold on. For those of you who have been living under a rock, I have this segment that I call books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. I have 2 books. They pretty much go with what the subject is today. The first one is The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman by Sister Shahrazad Ali. I've read this book before. A lot of people don't too much care for this book, but she puts a lot of truth into this book that a lot of people don't want to admit to. So, I've read this book, because I love black women, and I would love to try to understand my sister, because guess what? I'm married to a black woman.
Already.
Yes, indeed, feed the needy. Yes, indeed. So, this book is definitely a good read for those of us who want to understand our women a whole lot better, because it breaks down a whole bunch of different truths, y'all, believe it or not. But definitely pick this book up. You can pick it up on Amazon, but you can probably pick it up cheaper on eBay.
So you said who had a problem with it, black women or black men?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. And just like this next book, written by the same Sister Shahrazad Ali, it's called The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. Okay, and again, it hits on all eight cylinders, and a lot of people are not going to agree with some of the material that's in this book. But like I said, she speaks truth to power. Let's just be honest about the situation. If you haven't read these books, read them. They do. They speak truth to power. They're short reads. I mean, they're not that long. So they're like about 190 pages total. So yeah, it'll be a quick read. I mean, it's pretty detailed for it to be so quick. But anyway, those are two books that I have for today.
And now to my special segment.
I love this segment right here, y'all.
Black Woman's Quote of the Day.
Oh yeah, bold words from a black woman.
Yes.
Just wait till the splash screen pops up. It's popped up pretty quick today. Well, it was. There you go.
This is my special segment that I enjoy. I enjoy doing the whole show, but I really love this one because
I do too.
As you guys know, I am pro-woman. Hear me
yes,
roar.
She is.
I am definitely pro-woman when they are black women
or
no
African
American women or however their ethnicity. So today, of course, will have to be my namesake, former First Lady Michelle Obama.
Yep.
Is it gonna pop up?
Yeah.
Okay. Quote, "You may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own."
Ooh,
end quote.
Deep. That's deep.
I felt that. I felt that right here.
Oh man, that's deep.
Yeah.
That is some deep stuff right there.
I always say that, like I tell you with our relationship, don't become comfortable with me. Don't become comfortable with me. I always continue doing what you was doing to get me. I'm gonna try to continue doing what I was doing to get you. I mean, I want us to be settled, but I don't get comfortable.
Right.
Because there's always a chance that one of us might get bored.
Well, why do you think I keep buying you flowers?
He does. They be so pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to me, a comfortable life could mean a lot of different ways to other people. But to me, just don't be like, well, she not gonna mind. Don't be like, just try to prejudge me or try to read my mind. Don't do that. This is how I'm taking this. And it's like, to me, that goes in your personal life, work life, professional life, whatever, like friendship life. Just don't get comfortable. Always, like my grandmother used to say, if you're the smartest person in the room,
get some more friends.
And I remember a teacher used to say that as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I live by that creed. And to me, that's also kind of like elating to this statement from Michelle Obama, because it's like, always try to reinvent yourself some way or another.
Right.
Like the other day, I just did a couple of things for a friend of ours' wedding, and I was just doing it, because I was excited that she even asked me to help.
Right.
But then I started thinking to myself, I possibly could do this, make me a little change. But see, it's just like I'm steady evolving, and it excited me because I did it, and they came out better than I ever thought they would.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, babe. I think you did a really good job on those things.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I have always told you, and you know this to be true, that you have a gift.
My sister's oh my gosh, she has always told me that.
No doubt. I mean, you have a gift for that thing. I mean, if you want to start doing that and doing like an event, because event planners, man, I mean, you do it as a hobby, which means it's not really work to you. which means you'll enjoy it a whole lot better.
Right.
Because it's not just something that you do just to clock in and clock out.
Correct.
You know, it's kind of like me and my artwork. It's something I love to do.
Right.
And it's not like, I guess you could say it's my passion. Because I've always had a passion for it.
And I've asked different people. I'm like I said, I'm 50 this year.
Yeah.
And I know for at least the last 25 years, I have been saying, what is my passion? What is my passion?
I think you
and
found
I heard
it.
my mom could tell me, you'll get it. It'll come to you. You'll
And I
find
think you found it.
And I think so too. Like when I get ready to do things like that, I get so giddy and I get the research going. I start looking for it, and it got all these ideas run through my head. So
She fusses at me.
I think I have.
She fusses at me. Yeah.
That's a kidding. That's like, that's like blinking. So. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention her now famous catchphrase: "When they go low, we go high."
I'm sorry, man. I'm too petty.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sometimes I said, well, sometimes that snake bill is a little
Exactly,
bit,
man. I'm too petty.
I know. But to me, that means taking the higher path or taking the higher road. And that path can also mean standing fierce against hatred.
I understand
Because
that part.
most of the time when she was talking about, when she came up with this catchphrase, that's when they was running for, I think that was his first term, and she was speaking at the Democratic convention.
Right.
And that's when she said this catchphrase, and it just caught on like wildfires. And I think at that time, that's when Trump was looking for Obama's birth certificate, and they weren't saying he wasn't black enough. And I mean, everything, it was against her, against him. And that's when she made this statement, which I feel like was so profound and to stand true to this day.
Well, I have a couple of statements on that. First statement is this right here. My grandfather used to always say this. He said, if you got to keep being the bigger person, stop hanging around small people. Okay?
Now that is profound.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't know what he meant when he first told me that, because he told me that when I was little. But as I got older, I said, oh, that's what he meant. And something that my grandmother used to always say, I'm trying to get it correct. Sometimes you have to be the lion in order to be the lamb to truly are. Now that one right there kind of confused me. I'm like, well, I got to be a lion first before I can be a lamb. And sometimes, and what that basically means is sometimes you got to act ugly in order to get the results that you need, so you can go ahead and calm down.
Yeah, I try not to be like that, but sometimes y'all get to pushing these buttons like y'all playing a PlayStation.
Oh man, yeah.
And it's just start click, 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 and I'm like, okay, stop clicking. And you click the wrong one, then boom.
Exactly.
I be like, I'm sorry, I tried to warn you.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Tried to warn you. But going high means unlocking the lies and mistruths sometimes too that can really set us free. But sometimes the cold hard truth is what you have to do.
Right.
You have
That's
to say
true.
that.
I agree with you.
So shout out to Miss O, my namesake Michelle, and she is my famous black woman quote of the day.
All right, let's get to these current events, baby.
Alrighty then.
We got some doozies.
Yeah, every week
We got some doozies, man. I mean, we got some doozies. I mean, this.
The one I want to start with, because I know how you feel about this young man. Last year, I think it was 2021. Remember let's just keep it real, Maya Ponsetto, the young white lady, was in a New York hotel, and she accused a young black teenager of taking her phone.
Oh, I remember that story.
Yeah.
I remember that story.
And she blew up and had a mental breakdown, a tantrum, and
that's exactly what it was.
And end up being wrong.
Oh yeah, she was wrong.
And so your favorite person in the world, that trial is about to come up now, and Brother Benjamin Crump, civil rights attorney, he said if Maya was black, or if that would have been a black woman, she would have been charged and convicted by now. But this young lady has not called. I mean,
he's right.
nothing.
I agree with him. Don't you agree with him?
Yeah, because she pled guilty after they kept showing her the video, like, ma'am, this is you, ma'am. He did not take it, ma'am. So she was charged. Well, she pled guilty to a felony hate crime charge, but has avoided jail time, and I don't think she's paid him any restitution. I don't even think she's apologized. Have you ever heard of her apologizing to the young man or the family?
You know what? Normally in circumstances like that, they do give bullshit apologies.
I haven't heard her do that. Not even that. Right. And I believe that. I feel like if that was an African American, hell, I'll even say a Hispanic, they would have got convicted with a felony conviction immediately.
I agree with you.
Immediately.
I agree with you. She should at least apologize to that young man, face to face. Even if it's a little bullshit apology, just apologize to him because he didn't steal your phone.
And she avoided jail time, which I think she should have did, like I said, by pleading guilty. So, right. I mean, even though you would have went to jail if you didn't, but you pled guilty for some reason. I don't think that's just because she didn't want to go to jail. Because if you stand true in your conviction and you feel like this young man took your phone, I'm not pleading guilty for nothing.
Oh no, me either.
Nobody can make me plead guilty if I know I'm true. So, but they said she pled guilty, so she wouldn't do jail time. But I thought something had already happened. I thought this case had been tried and she got something like some kind of...
That's what I thought too.
What is it? House arrest?
Anything, man.
Pay this young man restitution or something.
Even if it's just community service, anything,
community
man.
service, yeah. But obviously she has not done anything yet. I think this is in like either 20 or 2021, which is crazy. Damn. Right. So, I don't think we did a show this day, and I know it kind of caught me off guard, but I'm sure by now you guys have heard about the Brooklyn subway.
Oh, yeah, the shooting
on the Brooklyn subway. You know, normally when we hear things like this, we just know either it's like somebody that's with the dot in the middle of their forehead or a deranged white person. But brothers and sisters in the listening world, he was a black man. Damn. Yeah, his name was Frank James, 62 years old. He was heavily armed.
Yeah.
Heavily deranged. And the reason why I'm bringing up this topic today, even though it happened a couple of weeks ago, because this man pretty much called the police and told them, yeah, I'm over here in apartments 2B.
Well, I got questions about that. Okay. I have a few questions. No.
He
you have
pretty
every right
much
to
called
laugh.
the police and told them where he was, come get me. So I'm like, what? Why?
I got questions on that. Okay, I got a few questions on that. I'm not going to say that he's guilty. I'm not going to say that he's not guilty. I just have a few questions. Okay, question number one is this right here. Nobody can put him at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, they do because they found his ID. Yeah.
But who would leave their ID at the scene of the crime?
It's like he did little things.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you leave your ID at the scene of the crime? What crook does that? That was one of the questions that I have. Nobody could actually put him at the scene of the crime because the subway cameras were conveniently broken.
Yeah, they were broken. All of them. Not just one, but all the cameras were broken.
They were all broken.
Yeah, and the way they caught him is by his ID that was so left at the scene of the crime.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I have a question.
And they saw that he was the one who ran into U-Haul, where they found the U-Haul, and the U-Haul had all kind of explosives and guns.
Right, exactly. This, like I said, I have questions about that.
When I first heard this story, I'm thinking he might have been set up.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
like I said.
Like you said, who leaves their ID? Who called and say, yes, me, I'm over here in apartment 2B?
Exactly.
Who will go rent a U-Haul in their real name?
And here's the thing. And here's another question that I have. They saw this man everywhere, except for at the scene of the crime.
At the scene of the crime, yeah. And he has a Facebook and all his social media. He has so much propaganda on there. And it just amazes me how these people say all this stuff. Like, you be talking about how you get in Facebook jail and stuff like that.
All the time.
And so this man has some weird, crazy stuff on all his social media. But I don't think he's never got, like, Facebook jail or taken down or anything for it. But now that he's going there, now they talking about how, his account said this and his account said that. So I thought we had somebody out there in Big Brother land that watches stuff like that. But why is it now coming up now that he done got caught?
They're supposed to. That's what I'm saying. Because like I said, the stuff that I said on Facebook, and I told you about that, was mild compared to what he said.
So this is his statement. I'm just going to read this verbatim as he said it. I've been through, quote, I've been through a lot of shit where I can say I wanted to kill people. I wanted to watch people die right in front of my fucking face immediately. But I thought about the fact that, hey man, I don't want to go to no fucking prison. Well, sir, welcome to hell. Cause I mean, cause you're going with gasoline draws on.
And this is why I have this is why I have questions about this particular story. Mm-hmm. This is why I have questions. Mm-hmm. Oh, before we go any further, man, I forgot to call you a lovely lady.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm saying you just freshen the day on.
Yeah.
Show all over the place today.
Yeah, really.
But thank you. But yeah, my thing is, so with this situation here, with this because we talked about this on previous show, is this what you call mental illness? Or somebody looking for attention?
This could go either way.
Somebody has something against the government, because he did have a lot of propaganda on his Facebook about the government, and
again, that's
Trump
why
was an awesome leader. I'm like, okay, he crazy right there.
Well, see, that's why I have questions. That's the exact reason why I have so many unanswered questions. Why would this man do all of these things? And
then call him. Y'all look for me.
Come on,
y'all ain't found me yet. I'm over here.
Exactly. Who does that?
I don't know.
Who does that?
And that was the reason why I brought this story, because it doesn't make sense. It's like either he is covering for somebody, or this is a very, very deranged case of mental illness.
I agree with you on that, man. Yeah. But like I said, I'm on the fence about that because I have too many questions. Mm-hmm. Unanswered ones at that.
Unanswered, exactly. So. And like I always say, I wish we can have these people calling to the show, because can't nobody tell us what's going on but
them. Yeah, exactly.
But good luck, Brother James, Brother Frank James. I hope it all work out in your favor. You get what you want.
I know that's right. What else you got, babe?
The National Urban League says the state of Black America is grim. Well, you don't say.
Oh, really?
Now, when did this happen?
Oh, shit.
Did this just happen?
Did this happen a while ago?
Did it?
I mean, did it?
I don't know. Huh. Well, according to, again, the National Urban League, they feel like Black people have not made any, quote-unquote, ANY progress in life.
What have I been saying since we started this show? Mm-hmm. Black people own 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth and resources. Mm-hmm. It's been like that since we were taken out of the chains. It hasn't changed. I kept saying it. And now the National Urban League is saying it.
Right. It was a part in here I wanted to read that kind of caught my attention. It was so profound that they felt like this. And I mean, we see it. We know that we do the same job as a white person or whatever person sitting next to us, and they get maybe 3 times the dollar that we're getting, and they're living longer than us, and they have better health care than we do, and our young men, Black men, are dying because of homicide, and their white men is dying because of suicide, and I mean, honestly, it's it's
you're
like
right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
We're just out here trying to survive, but for them to feel like that it's grim, for lack of a better word, when was it prosperous? When did it look good?
Well, it's like, and again, I'm going to go ahead and say it again. I've been saying this since day one, since we started this show. Black people have not moved the needle at all. I mean, and it's not our fault. This is all by design. And the National Urban League is just not seeing this. Come on now, this is
well, of course, a study was done, and the study showed these results that even though we all start out on the equal playing field as far as preschoolers, but eventually, our classrooms are filled with minority teachers who are either inexperienced, less trained, or even uncertified, who really don't know how to teach us according to other races in other districts, to make sure that we're still in the same playing field as far as education, which leads to higher paying jobs, attending colleges and attaining a higher paying job, compared to like we go to school with Susie the same time we go to school. When I get out of college, I might can apply to be a nurse, but she can apply right straight out to be a doctor.
I can honestly tell you to piggyback off of what you just stated. I can recall back when I was in high school and I was getting ready to get out of high school, my school counselor, even though I was like up there, and in some cases surpassing the white children, in my class, in my graduating class.
There's always been a couple.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She tried to get me to go into the military.
Yeah, just like they downplay you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sad as a counselor.
Yeah. She tried to send me to a trade school into the military. I never forget that. I'm like, no. I want to go to college. You know, let me know something about these scholarships and stuff like that. And the only reason why I got a chance to attend college the way I did, because I looked up the scholarships and stuff like that. I had no help from her. Now, my white counterparts, they knew all about the scholarships and everything, and they applied for them. Why? Because the counselor told them, didn't tell the black students anything.
Right.
So I can attest to that. That's very true. And I wouldn't be surprised if you went through the same thing.
I did. Because, like, you know, we have the ROTCs and the Army and the Navy and
she really
little
push
job
that.
fairs that come to the school. But most of the time they'll try to, you know, lead us to different areas like customer service or, you know, they wouldn't lead us to like management positions or entrepreneurship or anything like that. So, yeah. But the one statement that was made that I wholeheartedly agree is, it says, quote unquote, in the area of wealth, we've seen almost no change.
It hasn't changed
since the civil rights days.
Again.
And it says the wealth disparity has gotten wider. So,
of course,
like I was saying, you making $3 than me, and I'm doing a whole job than you are, and I'm working late and trying to prove myself, and you come in, do 2 days, 2 hours, be like, done for the day.
Like I said, black people own and control less than 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth and resources, and it's been like that since day one. It hasn't changed.
It's really sad.
It's not going to change either unless we do the changing ourselves.
But I thought that's what we're doing by going to school, get more education, get more degrees.
Let me go back to that real quick. When you were in college, now think about this for a second. When you were in college, were you pressed to start a business, or were you pressed to get a job?
No, that's what I said. No, they told us to do like customer service or
exactly.
And this they always told us to do nursing, but they never told us to try to be like a RN nurse, you know, like a top level nurse, like a CN or something like that, or LVN or something like that. But because I can honestly tell you, all the black students at the University of Oklahoma, we were never pressed to start our own business. Not at all. Not ever. Entrepreneurship.
We were always pressed to get out of school, land you a good job, and everything will be honky-dory. In other words, we're adding to the machine. We're not
go work for a warehouse.
Right, exactly. Go work for somebody else.
Right.
We were never taught to be an entrepreneur. Whereas the white counterparts, they were taught to start your own business.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't really start getting the bug to start my own business until I bumped into this dude. It was an old black dude. He told me flat out, and this is exactly what he told me. He said, son, you'll never get rich working for somebody else.
I've heard that, yeah.
That's exactly what he told me. And that's when I said, you know what? He's absolutely right. Because as long as I'm getting a paycheck, I could lose my job. The paycheck stops. No matter how much money I'm making. I mean, true enough, I have some savings or whatever, but that savings is going to eventually run out.
And I've experienced that firsthand these last 2 years.
So, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, we have to teach this is where parents come in and the older generation comes in to teach these younger people, build generational wealth. So that way you won't have to worry about working for somebody else. And your children won't have to be worried about working for someone else.
Right.
That's the whole point behind generational wealth. So, anyway. I'm off my soapbox now.
But once I read the article, I was like, what are they talking about there? And I kept reading. I was like, man, that is really sad.
What I've been saying. I told you I've been saying it.
But he said since the civil rights.
Actually, it's been longer than that.
The civil rights was in what, the 60s?
The 60s. It started in the late 50s.
And here we are in 2022. And it's getting wider. It's not getting closer. It's getting wider.
Right. And it's actually been longer than that.
Wow.
It really has. It's been longer than that.
Well, I wish somebody can tell, because, you know, I'm thinking I'm doing a chain of command. Go to school, be a good person, be a good citizen, get a degree, go to work hard.
You did what you were supposed to do.
Go up the chain, you know, get the different levels of...
And you did what you were supposed to do, but here's the thing. They were taught to get a job. You were never taught to start your own.
Right, exactly.
And that's the problem.
Exactly.
That's the biggest problem right there. We were never taught to get our own. We were always taught to work for someone else.
Right. Well, let's get a little ha-ha-hee-hee in here for a minute, even though this is totally disgusting.
All right.
A white reporter slams Anthony Mackie and Monica for attending the CMT Awards. Quote unquote. Quote unquote. This is not Wakanda. The CMT Awards featured fan-voted country music videos and live performances annually on the CMT channel in Nashville, Tennessee. And of course, I know there has been some country music artists like Charlie Pride and what's the one from Hootie and the Blowfish? And,
Darius something.
right, and then there's a new guy named Jimmy Allen, which I heard his music and I really like him. And so this reporter was so not understanding why black people or black artists was even on the show, as long as performing or even hosting, quote unquote, Anthony Mackie. This is what he said. There were so many black people there. Sorry to say, but so many black celebrities who have nothing to do with country music. And it's like, why? Let me read one more thing. He said, I don't even know who this black guy is who's hosting. It's supposed to be the country music. No offense. I mean, y'all have hip hop and basketball. Just fly with your flock, bro. Now we would have said that about a Eminem or
Machine Gun Kelly.
What's the one that has a long the rocker everybody play with? Kid Rock. What's the white group that Run DMC did they song with?
Aerosmith.
So what if we would have said that about all of them? We would have been entitled racist.
Well, see, here's the thing about that. He's a racist.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you why he's a racist. He's not only is he a racist, he's a dumbass racist.
And what make it so bad? This is. I kind of look at snippets of because he showed snippets of it on his little podcast, whatever. It was 4 black people. With a room of maybe 200 or 300 white people, it was 4 black people.
Well, that's 4 black people too many.
And only 2 blacks performed and 1 hosted.
Well, see, that's 4 black people too many to him.
That's crazy.
Well, see, let me get what's this reporter's name? Is his name? Did you get his
Patrick
name?
Howley.
Okay, Mr. Patrick Howley. Let me give you a little bit of a history lesson. Black people invented country music.
Say it again.
You want me to say it again for the people in the back row?
Say it again.
Black people invented country music. So, black people have every right in the world to be at the Country Music Awards. All right?
He played a tape of Mackie hosting, which I think with a little part that I saw with Anthony, he did a pretty good job. And so he started imitating in a black accent of mocking the actor. And then he said, the melanated people invented country music. We was making country music in Wakanda before Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard done stole the black man's country music. That is sick.
Man, let me tell you something.
That is sick.
Let me tell you something. Hey, babe, Kim is in the building. Kim,
hey, Kim, how are you, darling?
What's up, cuz? What's happening? Let me just say this real quick.
Kim, please stay to the end of the show. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on Tichina's on.
Exactly.
Please.
Yeah, please do. But let me just say this real quick. Country music is a spin-off of the blues. That's pretty much what it is. If you listen to the older country music and listen to the blues, they mirror each other. You know what I mean? So, black people invented country music. Plain and simple. It's just a spin-off of the blues. That's all it is.
And this right here, this is the one that took the cake for me. No disrespect to the Funky Brothers. I love Earth, Wind and Fire, Run DMC. But country music is different. How?
It's not different. It's music.
It's not. It's just slow down.
It's music. That's all it is. It's music, basically. It's just music. So if we were to say something about Eminem going into, the hip hop awards and whatnot, he would have something to say about that shit.
To me, he just lame. He just a lame ass white man.
He's a racist.
Yeah, I don't even think he just lame.
Well, they're lame. He's a lame
ass racist. I don't know if he's trying to get ratings or black people has been attempting.
He's saying, but
he didn't say nothing last year when Nelly was there. Cause Nelly was there because I seen it.
He sure was, wasn't he?
So why he did? Oh, because it's just one.
Yeah.
So 3 is too many.
3 is too many. 3 more than that is too many, man.
3 is too many.
Yeah.
Ray Charles
was in the
Charlie
country
Pride.
group. Ray Charles was in the country group.
Pointer Sisters.
Come on now.
Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker. Yeah, Darius Rucker. He was a country music.
And he goes every year because that's how he make his country music.
And won a few awards in the country music realm.
Several awards. Yeah. I guess he was pissed about that he won.
He probably was.
And from my understanding, it wasn't what's the man name? Take this job and shut
Johnny
it.
Paycheck.
Johnny Cash, right?
Johnny Paycheck.
Oh, Johnny. But who is Johnny Cash? What did he sing?
Johnny Cash is a country music singer as well.
But wasn't he his mentor like a black blues performer or something? See, that's what I'm saying. So, like you just said, he kind of bit off of black people music anyway.
Yeah.
So, we just gonna say God bless this young man and his race is horde.
Pretty much.
Because his heart is black.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we're going to move on from that story because he getting on my nerves. I don't know if I showed you, but I want to mention this story because in the past we have mentioned where teachers and counselors and even coaches have gone in and cut black students' dreads. But this story kind of made me giggle, which I'm sorry, but it did, because this teacher she done went in and she cut the boys' afro. Yeah, she went in there and did his afro. I said, now we cut afro. Okay, first I said the dress. Okay, whatever. Now they cutting afros. She never really said why she did it. They never really mentioned her name. But the mama wants to know why in the hell did this teacher cut my child's hair?
My mama would have went up there and wiped the floor with that teacher.
I've heard so many. Well, it was too long. We thought it was a little girl. The dreads are too long where the kids be pulling on it. Okay, so why would you cut an afro? Because afro stands out, not hang down. So why did she cut his afro?
Here's the thing. Let me give people a little bit of a history lesson on the afro. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, back in the 60s and the 70s when afros were really, really popular amongst black people, white people hated it because they couldn't get their hair to stand out like that. Yeah. And so a lot of places, the afro was banned. You couldn't go into an office building with your hair like that. You couldn't go into a classroom with your hair like that or nothing. Because of the way the afro was puffed out. But when about 2 or 3 white people started wearing afros, it became okay.
Which lead me to my next point. Didn't a couple of months ago we just said that they had just signed the Crown Act?
Yeah.
Which is the Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair Act. It has been sent to the Senate, but I guess it hasn't been passed. So would she be violating
in violation of that act?
So
yes.
would she be charged? She should be.
She should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to mention that. I'm like, man, they were talking about the boys' dread. Now they cutting afro. Okay, so what they want the kids to do coming to school? Bald headed. Can't wear a hat. Can't wear a bonnet. Can't wear dreads. Can't wear braids. Now we can't wear afro. What can we wear?
Well, the hat and the bonnet I can kind of sort of see. Kind of, sort of. I said kind of, sort of.
Yeah, that's a, yeah.
I said kind of,
they make some cute bonnets these days. I ain't gonna lie. But you won't catch me wearing it. You know, I mean, if I'm running somewhere, I'm running right back to the house. And if I do have on one, it's cute.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. My wife got some.
But yeah, I don't know. This story kind of tickled me a little bit. I'm like, damn, what can these kids wear to school now? They already took y'all from wearing Nikes and Jordans and polos and all that to wear uniforms and generic shoes. Now you can't wear your natural hair. And his moms, he had 2 moms, and they were saying that he was so proud of his afros. He had already told them what he had planned to do with it because it had took him a while to grow it out, and now he had to start all over. So once they put the story out there into the atmosphere, a local barber, well-renowned barber, came over and gave him, a nice cut up and clean up so he can start school because he changed school to go to a new school.
Now he got to start his afro all over
again. It's crazy.
That's messed up.
But black people have always had problems with their hair. Not problems, but issues from others with their hair since slavery. So
yeah, I agree.
I guess it's a given.
I agree.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Quote unquote, you handcuff my daughter. Charlotte Citizens Review Board sides with teacher on mistakenly identity detainment where officers held her at gunpoint after someone misspelled the suspect's name. Yeah, this story, she's a 3rd grade teacher and she was sitting in her car in front of her house and the police ran up on her and pulled her out the car and arrested her because they had got a call that they was looking for a Jasleen Horn.
Wow.
But instead, her name was Jasmine Horn. And then what made it so funny, I looked at the video. I'm kind of torn. I'm still upset because they did this in front of her home, and she kept trying to explain to them that her name was Jasmine, not Jasleen. My name is Jasmine. And, she didn't lose her cool. She didn't spit at them, cuss at them, or anything. She was just breathing. You can tell she was trying to calm herself down.
Right.
And I admire her for that. But then when the story finally came out, which kind of made me go like the rock on them and raise my eyebrows. They said that now, at first they were saying they were looking for a Jasleen, but then they said, well, we were looking for a black man. Okay, here we go again. We did a story like that last week where they said we were looking for a black man, and it was a black woman get out the car. So it's like, in her defense, in the police defense, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. You know how we as black women, we wear our hair pulled back in the little ponytail in the back, so she didn't have no hair. So that's probably why they thought it was they were looking for a black man.
No.
Yeah.
No. Nice try, babe, but nah.
Yeah.
Nah. No. They were just being assholes.
Yeah.
That's all that was. Being racist assholes at that.
Yeah, and then she did it. Her mom and her grandma was there, and they kept coming out saying, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yep.
She's a teacher. She's a standing citizen.
Oh, they don't care.
What are you doing?
They don't care.
And they kept saying, we were just trying to do that. Like, they really never apologized, but they tried to justify what they did. Like,
that's the first thing they're going to try to do.
We got this report that it's this name, blah, 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 but I hope she get the restitution that she needs, because she has filed a complaint. So good. Shout out to her, and I hope everything works in her favor, because I know that's embarrassing. I hope it don't does nothing to her record. Like I said, she's a teacher. Right. And that's kind of harsh. Really harsh. Now this one right here has touched me as well. Quote unquote, what are they doing? A Wisconsin man suffering from suicidal thoughts called 911 for help. He was pepper sprayed, tased, and placed in chokehold before dying 4 days later. Dang. Yeah. A Wisconsin mother has filed a federal civil lawsuit against the local sheriff's department after her son died in police custody for a mental crisis report. He himself called 911. He himself, meaning Malcolm James, he was 27 years old, called the police saying that he was having suicidal thoughts. And when the police arrived, they saw that he was pouring gasoline on himself and cutting himself. Like, I guess he
was having a mental episode.
Yeah, he was cutting himself and also like setting his clothes on fire. And I'm thinking maybe was it a pallet coat, but no, it's the clothes that he had on. He was setting his clothes on fire. So this is the part that got me. They arrested him and charged him with arson. How he was setting himself on fire? He was setting
WTF.
Right. So I'm like, I thought arson is when you set like another house on fire, somebody's house on fire, a building on fire, but he was setting himself on fire. So, and the part that touched me is that he recognized that he was having a mental crisis and he called for help. They came and got him, and in the video you can see they pressed him down, they had their knee on his neck, of course. And then once they got him to the jail cell, they put him in one of the emergency restraint chairs, and after that they found him dead. And with the autopsy report, they said he died of asphyxia. So
choked to death, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess he choked himself, huh?
So I'm thinking about him having his neck on their knee on his neck, and by the time they put him in a restraint chair, he was probably already gone.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. But he called for help though. See, they tell us to call for help. We call for help, and we did, and we still end up there. I don't know. Again, here we are trying to follow the chain of commands.
That's what you call.
Try to do the right thing, and then here he is dead.
Well, see, babe, that's what you call a catch-22 situation. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Well, shout out to his mother, because she said that, she had her child for 27 years, and now he is gone. So she's filed a complaint as well, and I hope it all work out for the family. Sorry for their loss.
Oh yeah,
sorry
definitely.
for their loss.
Sorry for your loss, man, because that was just ridiculous. That was completely uncalled for.
And here's another story, quote unquote, why such a violent excessive use of force? Body cam footage shows California officer emptying his clip and reloading while firing at a grandmother who hit his vehicle. Now this story is kind of weird because she's a black older female. She was driving her car and she ends up inadvertently hits a police car. And he tried to make her stop. She put the car in reverse and took off.
She got scared.
And by her doing that, she knocked him back into his car. So by her doing that, he just unloaded his car.
He was pissed off.
Yeah,
that pissed him off. That pissed him off. That's all that was.
Yeah. And so now her family is trying to understand, first of all, what happened, why did it get that far, why did it go that far, and why did you have to unload your clip and restart a new one. So it's like it's getting worse. I thought we have already said through all the different circumstances that we've been through, all the different Floyds and Breonna Taylors and what's his name, the one that was in the car with his wife.
The one with his wife or the one with his daughter?
With his wife was in the front, his daughter's in the back.
Philando Castillo.
Philando. When are we going to start getting these officers some sensitivity training?
I don't think it's going to help. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Years
I don't think it's going to help.
Like it's
it's
not getting no better.
Now, I've heard people say that very same thing. And to be honest with you, I don't think that sensitivity training is going to help. What they need to do is start vetting these cops out here, because a lot of them are white supremacists. They need to vet those people, because I can pretty much guarantee you that with the way things are situated now, everybody pretty much has a social media page. Almost. I'm not gonna say everybody, but almost everybody.
Majority.
A lot of folks have a social. Yeah, that's a better word. The majority of people have social media. Most people put everything on their social media pages, including racist rhetoric.
Yeah.
They need to start vetting these race soldier police officers out here, because that's exactly what's going on. They're not vetting them, and that's the problem.
And what's so funny, this story also shows that once the officer got situated in his car, he told the dispatch that he lost sight of the vehicle.
Right.
So they go on to do their little helicopter watch, which is, they have cameras throughout the city. So they turn the cameras on looking for her car. And then here's another story. Here's another one saying that, they were saying that they're looking for a 50-year-old black man. I'm like, so okay, now all of us can't look like black men.
No.
I mean, come on now.
No.
Every black woman do not look like a black man.
I know you don't.
And so the cameras finally caught up with her, and that's when he unloaded. That's when he reloaded and took her out.
That makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry. It makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, somebody help it make sense for me. Please. I'm with you on this one.
I agree with her family. It's like, why they have to be so excessive? Is what you call excessive.
That is excessive force. I mean, he didn't have to empty the whole clip. I mean, depending on what kind of gun he had. Let's just say they had a Glock 19 or a Glock 23.
Yeah. He said no matter what was going on with her, even if she had committed a heinous crime, he didn't have the right to shoot her that many times.
Yeah. Or shoot at her that many times. Come on, man.
She never threatened him. Yeah.
She didn't dump on the police or nothing like that. The only thing she did was accidentally hit him. That's it. It was an accident. If anything, give her a traffic ticket.
Didn't have a broken leg. Pretty sure your car wasn't that damaged, but you was able to get back in it and drive it. So,
right, again, exactly, man.
Peace and blessings to the family.
Yeah, I hope they get some kind of justice.
Yeah, I hope they get some kind of justice.
What she got?
I mean, hopefully the police will get those don't be on desk duty and then move to another department.
And I've always said this, right here. What they need to do is start hitting these cops and these police unions in the wallet. A lot of this shit will stop. I promise you it will.
Yeah.
Hit them in the wallet.
I don't know. Well, it's a feel good story, then it's a negative racist story too.
All right.
Quote unquote reverse redlining. 3 women file class action suit against online for-profit school Walden University, claiming it exploits blacks and women earning doctorate degrees. Yeah. A class action suit has been filed against an online university claiming it has predatory practices that target blacks and women. it said that they try to show these, which I have seen the commercial too, where they tell them they can come and get their doctorate degree, don't have to do all that time, and they can get it for less than $1,000. And then once they, attend the school, get signed up, they keep adding courses onto their docket and say, no, you gotta take this course, you gotta take this course. And in the meantime, they're adding on more fee to have to pay for those courses. So
that's called false advertisement.
Exactly.
That's not being racist.
Exactly.
That's just lying about what you can and what you can't do.
But they said they only do this to black women though. Sometimes, like this one lady, her name was.
Oh, that happens to black people all the time. Come on.
Carl, she's from North Carolina. She said her and another white cohort started at the same time.
Right.
She kept having to take class after class. The other lady had already graduated, was in her profession as a doctor. So it's like,
Well, yeah, that they do that to black people all the time. I'm just being real with you. Because they figure, because it's an old trick. What they do is they keep piling class on you after class on you after class on you. Then after a while, what usually happens is that black person usually ends up dropping out because they feel like they're taking too many courses. That's an old trick that they like to use. A lot of actually real. I'm not gonna say fake. I'm not gonna say that Walden is a fake university, but a lot of universities do that. That really don't want the black students in the classes with them.
right.
They'll do that. They keep piling class after class after class on them. They tried this shit with me, but with me, I tested out of a whole bunch of bullshit classes they were going to put me in. So they couldn't put me in them because I tested out of them.
Yeah. That's sad though. I mean, we're already working anyway. We're trying to go to school to further our education.
Right.
And you put these ads on TV saying that you can help us obtain that degree.
That's false advertising.
And yeah, and it's, to me, it's racist too. If you're only doing this to African American communities, and when I start the same time as Sarah, and Sarah's already out with her degree, and I'm steady going to school, something's wrong. Let me read that. I don't know. My brother texted me and he said, "Black lives don't matter. When are we going to get black privileges?" That story can go to just about all these stories that we talked about today. So,
Mike,
you're right, Michael.
Mike, that's a subject for another story. That's a good subject. Yeah. We'll talk about that on another show. I promise you we will.
It's just like reparations. When are we going to get them? They're not going to give it to us. Just like they said that the disparity is getting wider. We're not going to ever get them.
Nope.
We won't ever get them. We have a couple more stories. You want to go ahead and get into the topic so people can call in?
You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the topic.
Okay.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really good topic to talk about. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Let me go ahead and put the splash screen back up. It's called the Tichina Arnold question. A while back, Tichina Arnold got on her Twitter page and she asked a very profound question. I'm getting ready to put the question up here in just a second.
I can say if you don't have it, I have it.
Okay. And it's a really, really, really good question. The question that she asked was, what can black women do to stop the emasculation of the black man?
In America.
In America. And that question raised a lot of eyebrows and pretty much raised the ire of a whole bunch of black women. Now, for those of you who are afraid to pick up a book and look shit up, let me tell you what the word emasculate means. For those of you who don't know,
yes, I got the definition. Go ahead.
The word emasculate means to take the man out of the man, basically.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. You're taking away that man's manhood, basically. You're taking the man out of the man. That's what you're doing when you emasculate the man. You're taking the man out of it. Okay? Which society in general, and especially in the media, because we did a show similar to this last week, where they try to effeminize the black man so much. So that's why they keep promoting people like Billy Porter's no talent having ass. So, and that's, you know, and that's what emasculate means. Okay, for those of you who don't know. All right. Now, what can black women do to stop this? That's a good question. I thought it was a good question when I first heard it. Okay. Now, there's a lot of women out there that were saying a whole bunch of negative things about this particular question. They were saying, like, you know, F the black man ain't shit, this, that, and the third. Who cares about the black man? The black man don't need no help. Emasculating the black man is what the black man needs. I saw all kinds of things after she asked that question. Because I was just curious to see what it was up, to see what was up. Once I saw what was up and saw all those negative comments, I'm like, wow.
I have some that I would like to read, which is going to expound on my exclamation.
Go ahead. Please do. Please do.
My thoughts. Well, I think yours read a little bit different because the word that got me in her quote, she says to stop aiding in the emasculation of the black man in America.
I paraphrase it.
Aiding.
I paraphrase it.
That's a tough word. I guess she's looking at like what's going on in the news, what's going on in the world with the black man.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can do. I don't know what more we can do as black women.
Okay.
We've come from being homemakers to being breadwinners to being head of households to being CEOs to being more or less people call us bitches because we have dominant personality because we had to be.
Right.
If we waited for the black man that possibly has been in the penal system, who has been jailed, who has decided to go on to another race, what are we supposed to do? Wallow in the mud? So we had to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. So I don't think we emasculate men. I really don't. But I'm not gonna lie, there are some women I know of personally that will tell you I don't need a man for SHIT.
Right.
Let me give you my definition of emasculation. Because I was just like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Mm-hmm. To deprive of strength, spirit, to weaken. I don't know, we as black women, how can we as a black woman make you feel weak? How can we deprive you of your strength? God put you on this earth to be the strongest sex. Let's just start there.
Right.
So how can I even deprive you of that? You was born with that. Mm-hmm. You was born with your own vigor. You was born with your own your virility, your power to procreate, your muscles and your manhood, your rah.
Right.
So how can I take that from you? How can I emasculate that from you? I don't think no man should ever let anyone, let alone a black woman, do that to him.
Well, that goes along the lines of women reading that book, The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of black women out there, whether they know it or not, they do have a tendency to emasculate a black man.
How?
They do. They just don't realize that.
With words or physically?
Mostly with words.
How? Explain that.
I'm getting ready to. Mm-hmm. Okay, now when you hear a black woman, when they say things like, I don't need a black man for shit, mm-hmm. and stuff like that, mm-hmm. the black man is going to say, oh, you don't need me for anything? Okay, deuces. Mm-hmm. Be independent. I have no problems with an independent woman. I'm married to one. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of women out there that's too independent. And when they get with a man that doesn't mind, let me finish. And there is a such thing as a woman being too independent.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, there is.
I don't agree.
There is. Nope. Okay, you can disagree all you want, mm-mm. but it's the truth. Mm-hmm. There's a such thing as being too independent. And let me explain why. Okay. If you have a man that's in your house, and let's say you and this man are married and whatnot, mm-hmm. somebody knocks on the door. Mm-hmm. The man gets up and answers the door. First thing that woman does, I can answer my own damn door. That's being too independent. Okay? Now, if you got a woman that's out here, and a man says, okay, babe, let me get that for you. They're out and about, whatever, and they're spending money for God knows what reason. And the man says, hey, baby, let me get that for you. I can buy my own shit. That's too independent. Nobody asked you, could you buy it? I'm just going to do it for you because that's what I want to do. There's a lot of women out there that want to be the man in the relationship. Okay? That's emasculating a black man. Why? Because they've been by themselves for so long that they feel like they don't need a man in their life. Because they've been doing it on their own for so long, they feel like they don't need a man. Only thing they need a man for is one thing and one thing only: sexual gratification. That's it.
And we don't need you for that. Let's just be honest.
And I was getting to that too. I was getting to that as well. Okay? And so, again, that attitude right there, that's what emasculates a man right there.
How? That's just my word. So you mean to tell me my words
No.
and how I feel is going to emasculate you?
So, yep.
To make you feel like if I say I don't need a man, that's just how I feel. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how many chances I probably done gave a man, how many times I've been married to a man and he done did me wrong, left me with 3 or 4 kids to further my own. When I call him asking for money, he instead of taking someone else on a trip to Cabo, and your kids over here don't have no shoes. So you don't know where I'm coming from.
But I understand all that.
Now.
I empathize with every single thing you just said.
But how is that too independent? That's just where I got to be.
No. You don't have to be that way.
Yes, I do. Because if I depend on a man, I ain't going to have nothing. Because I've been there and done that.
Depends on the man.
Okay.
It depends on what kind of man you got.
You're right.
It depends on
what kind of man you got. But at that point
in
that headspace, when you open that, you try to buy that lady something or open that door for that lady, you don't know what that lady headspace was. She probably could have just came from divorce court. She probably could just got off the phone with a no good man and he landed up in your house with another woman in the bed. You don't know where her mind space is. So you just can't assume that a woman is too independent. There's no such thing.
Oh, yes, there is.
Independence is independence.
Oh, okay.
Our grandmothers and our foremothers have raised us. A man is good to have because, like we said last week, my great-grandmother and great-grandmother had to, for lack of better words, depend on a man. Because at that time, they was getting married young, having children young. Black women wasn't doing nothing but being mammies or maids to white women children. Okay, the black man was going into the field working, making majority of the money. Okay. Now, do you think? Let me go back and add on to this story. Even though they were mammies and housekeepers and maids, some of them men, I'm not gonna say all, some of them were cheating.
Yep.
Had other families on the other side of town.
Yep.
The woman knew.
Right.
You think I'm put with that today?
Of course not. This isn't.
So does that make me too independent?
But still, no. That has nothing to do with independence. That just go to show what
yes,
you.
Yes, it does. Because I could have went out to North Dallas and got me a maid job in one of those Ross Perot's estates or Jerry Jones estates and be just like my grandmother and let you be the majority breadwinner and let you tell me when, why, what, and what I cannot do. And I have to depend on you to pay all the bills before I get anything.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. So what's the difference? But in essence, I saw what my grandmothers did. My grandmothers and mother taught me, go out there, go to school, be independent, and get your own.
Okay.
I don't think there's a such thing as being too independent.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's where we differ, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Okay, we can differ on that. We can have a difference. We can have different opinions on that.
And what is too independent? Because I tell you, I don't need you to buy me nothing.
No.
I just look at it like, shit, my baby got it. That's how I look. If I was a man, I look, okay, baby, you got that. Go home, baby, go. What they call it? What they call it? Shot caller, big baller. I just laugh it off and thinking, my baby got it. Because if I need, I know. If I ain't got it, she got it.
Exactly.
And that's what we said we gonna have between us.
Precisely. I mean,
so how's it too independent?
Okay, it's. I'm not saying that is too independent. I'm just saying there are women out there that have that are too independent. Am I saying that you're too independent? No,
I'm not taking it personal. I'm just saying in general.
There are women out there.
The wording too independent.
There are women out there that just they are just too independent. Trust me, I was with one that was like that. Which is why we're together now.
Like she wouldn't let you do what? What did she not let you do?
No, it's not the fact that she didn't let me do it. I did it anyway, but that's just me. I'm hard-headed. But anyway, you know that. But anyway, I don't want to get into that because she ain't here to defend herself. But I'm not gonna get into that.
Okay.
So, but anyway, like I said, it was just a lot of things that transpired that made me feel like, okay, you know, she listened to the wrong people. Because she would like hear people say stuff like, it's okay if a man does stuff for you, we don't let him do everything for you. I'm not trying to do everything for you. I'm not. And that's the way she saw it. She thought I was trying to do everything for her, and she felt some type of way about that. I wasn't trying to do everything for you.
She felt some type of way, or was she insulted?
A little bit of both. Feeling some type of way means being insulted.
And she said that to you?
Yeah. So again, I'm not gonna get into that too deep. That's no whole other subject. But anyway, Anyway, but like I said, there's a lot of women out there that emasculate men and don't know if they're doing it. That's all this to it. That's all I'm trying to say.
I guess we, as me speaking as a black woman, how do we know we're doing that to you? We're just living our lives. We've come a long way in this society. We are more independent than our four grandmothers and mothers were.
I agree.
So I don't think there's anything about emasculation. I really don't. I just think that is where my sister always say this: 2 incomes are better than 1.
I agree.
And now we're at the point that 2 incomes are more prevalent these days.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't that look at like a glorious thing?
No.
Not as being, I'm just saying, not as being, oh, she's too independent or I can't do anything for her. Some men will take that on as we're in this together. Yep. We're 50-50.
Right.
Some men will get offended by, she make too much money. Man, we ain't gonna have that. That part right there, I don't understand.
Well, so that's a weak man right there.
Now, would they consider him weak, or is that the woman emasculating him?
No, that's it. He's just weak. Plain and simple, he's just weak. That's all it is. That's a weak man.
So what are you saying? So like when a woman emasculate a man, does that make him feel both like embarrassed and ashamed of himself as a man?
It. That's exactly it. He feels less than a man. Now, I will say this though, and we both seen this ourselves. How many times have we seen a woman stop at the gas station? She gets out and pumps the gas, and a sorry ass dude sitting up in the passenger seat, not doing a damn thing except playing on his phone. How many times have we seen that?
So in a situation like that, what am I supposed to do? If that was me, if you was in your car and you saw me and I get out and pump gas, what am I supposed to do? If I done asked him, he said, I don't feel like it. Well, I'm supposed to just sit there?
First of all, you know me. You know good and damn well.
I'm not talking about you.
No, let me finish. Mm-hmm. First of all, you know me, the person. Whenever we stop at the gas station, who pumps the gas?
I'm not talking about.
No, let me finish.
I understand. Yeah, you do. Uh-huh.
Exactly. See, that's what and I was using me as an example as to what a man is supposed to do.
So by him not getting that door, he's not a man.
I didn't say that.
So what are you?
What I'm saying is he's a man. He's a sorry one. Because
he could have a broke leg.
Damn that. No.
He could be dead dog tired. He just got off work. I just picked him up. I've been at home all day.
No, not an excuse.
There's different situations.
Not an excuse.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying.
The broken
there's
leg.
Different parables.
No. Damn all that. Okay.
So he got a broken leg. He's supposed to get out pump gas with a broke leg.
Let me finish, please.
Mm-hmm.
If he has a broken leg, that's the only exception to the rule. That's the only exception to the rule. Because I don't care how tired I am. If we stop at the gas station, I'm getting out to pump the gas.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care how tired I am.
He could be in there. You couldn't see in the car.
No, that's bullshit. Anyway, I call bullshit on that.
Okay.
I call bullshit on that. He ain't too tired to play on his phone though, right?
Okay, Michael, I get it. Why don't you call into the show, Michael?
Please do, Mike.
He talking about I'm hard-headed too. Well, I mean, I'm not going to call you guys hard-headed. I'm just going to say maybe, perhaps, out of the generation of black men, y'all was someone that was raised right. And we love that about y'all. And y'all not going to let no woman, I hope y'all don't let no woman emasculate y'all.
Nope.
I mean, it's not, some of us was raised to be women, to be ladies. Some of us was raised to be independent. And some of you guys was raised to take care of your women and to provide.
And again,
that's understandable.
And again, there's nothing wrong. I never said there's something wrong with a woman being independent. By all means, it's something.
Too independent. I think I'm stuck on that.
Okay, can I finish, please?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now,
that's just.
Now, what I'm saying is this: there's nothing wrong with an independent woman.
Mm-hmm.
I applaud that because I know good and well that if something bad was to happen to me, you got the you got the backup. We're good. I know that for a fact. But what I mean when a woman is too independent is this right here, and you're taking it completely out of context. You said there's no such thing as a woman being too independent. Okay. Now, if a woman has to do it by herself, okay, she can do it by herself. That's a good thing. But there's been women out there that's been doing it by themselves for so long that they say flat out, I don't need no man but for one thing, and I can do that myself, to be completely honest with you.
True.
That's what I mean by that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with a woman being independent. Mm-hmm. But if this man wants it, but if you got a man in your life and he's an actual man, let that man do him. That's all I'm saying. But there's a lot of women out there that won't let that happen.
true.
That's what I mean by being too independent.
Well, let me explain.
Okay.
So Michael just said, you don't know you're going to be unless we tell you. Most women expect you to take it, but it's 50-50 thing. It's worse than white folks downing you as a man. Oh my God.
Oh, he just said that. He just said everything I was trying to say. He said everything I was trying to say. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that, brother-in-law.
Maybe I'm not understanding this topic of. So now you're saying, Michael, that a black woman emasculating a black man is like a white folks downing you. He said black women are supposed to be our backbone.
Let me explain that.
We have been your backbone.
Let me finish. Let me clarify that real quick. Okay. In society, as black men, you know, we go through hell and back. We got everybody against us. We come home. We got to hear in a lot of cases, not all cases, but in a lot of cases, we hear our woman complaining about not having this, that, and the third, no matter what it is. You know, that's emasculating that man right there. He's already been beaten down by the white man. He comes home, he got to hear it too. That can also be emasculation. You know, I'm just saying. That's what he means by that. That's exactly what he means by that.
He said, yep, you pump the gas. Then he said some men don't know how to be a man.
Exactly. And that's those kinds of, those are the ones I'm talking about. The ones that's sitting up there letting their woman pump the gas while he's sitting up here playing on the cell phone. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Okay? The ones that don't know how to be a man, because they were never taught how to be a man by a man.
I agree with that. 'Cause like I said, for so long, I don't think, like my father and my uncles, whatever they did, but they still took care of their families, and they had they were very good men.
Right.
Whatever vices they had, those were their vices.
Right.
They were respectable men, and they were good men.
Right.
We don't have that now. It's not too many good men like my dad in this world.
I agree
There's
with you on
not
that.
too many good men in this world. That's why I tell you, like, you remind me of my dad.
Right.
Because I take it with a badge of honor.
Yeah.
That I am independent.
Oh, yeah, I agree
and
with
I
you.
take it with a badge of honor, brother, that I am your backbone.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I
agree.
don't think that me coming home, or you and I getting into it, I'm trying to say the right words here.
Go ahead, say what
you
you
and I
gotta say.
getting into it, and maybe I call you a sorry son of a bitch, or maybe you didn't do something I asked you to do. I'm like, damn, do I have to do everything around here? Why would you take that, quote unquote, for a innuendo of emasculation?
Well, some people do. I mean, I'm just saying.
How?
Because, you know, you remember when you said a while back, use your words.
True, but at that
You remember
time,
that.
you should
You remember
recognize
that.
that
But
I am
still.
speaking out of anger.
I
If
know
I've
that.
asked you
But still.
over and over
But
and
still.
over,
But still.
You
got
see
to
it?
use your words.
you see it just like I see it.
But still, you got to use your words, though.
Oh my gosh.
You got to use your words, though.
Okay, so this is going to bounce back. I wasn't going to talk about this, but this is bouncing back to what Cam Newton said.
Okay.
And he was talking about how all these women going around talking about they bad bitches, they got their own, but they don't know how to cook and know how to be quiet. Now, what does that mean? Isn't that emasculations too to the female?
Emasculate. You can't emasculate a female.
Uh-huh.
You can't.
Yeah, so you tell me I can't be a bad bitch and don't know how to cook?
Okay, first of all, you're not a bitch.
I'm just saying in general. I know. Oh, no,
Damn that.
You'll never hear me call myself a bitch.
Okay. Now, see,
No.
and that's the problem.
But
See,
there are women out there who do that, though, Reg. You know that. I mean, Sweeper, you know that.
Okay, I understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
I get that part. But here's the thing about that. I disagree with the whole bad bitch mentality. Okay, because if you're such a bad bitch, you should know how to cook.
Not all the time.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. You're talking about men don't know how to be men. There's a lot of women that don't know how to be women.
And by me being a woman, is cooking?
No, cooking is a part of being a woman. I mean, wait a minute. Let me finish. You're taking it the wrong way. You're taking it the wrong way.
Okay.
You're taking it the wrong way.
Okay.
Am I saying that women are supposed to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen? No, I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
But do something else besides knowing how to roll the blunt. You know what I mean?
And that's talking about cooking.
No. I'm just saying, man. You know, these bad bitches out here, these so-called bad bitches out here, the only thing they know how to do is suck a dick and roll a blunt. That's
Not
it.
all the time.
Let me finish, please.
Oh my god. This. Oh my god. Go ahead.
Okay, now these quote-unquote bad bitches, that's all they know how to do. That's it. That's what they know how to do. That's what being a bad bitch to them is.
You're generalizing it.
No, I'm not generalizing. I'm not saying. Did I say all women? No, I didn't say all women. I'm not generalizing anything. I didn't say all women. I would never say all women because all women ain't quote unquote bad bitches. I'm just saying they need to get rid. I mean, the ones that got the bad bitch mentality need to get rid of it. That's all I'm saying. They do need to get rid of it. I'd rather have a good woman than a bad bitch in the day of the week. That's what I'm talking about.
I know some women who call themselves bad bitches.
Now what makes them bad bitches?
And in their mind, on the outskirts looking in, that wouldn't be the word I would give them. I would call them a boss. But some women call themselves bad bitches.
Why?
Because some people look at them as, because if you don't take mess from nobody, you don't talk back to nobody, you out there getting your grind on the legal way, went up the ranks the legal way, and if you want to call yourself a bad bitch, hell, my sister, you do that. I personally won't call myself that. I call myself, I'm a go-getter. I'm a head honcho.
Okay.
I'm true to what I do. Something like that. Tomato. She want to call herself a bad bitch. She do that. I've heard doctors, lawyers, other people call themselves bad bitches. I wouldn't downgrade them for that because in the essence, they have proved that they are bad bitches. I mean, I know you taking it like that, but no, not all bad bitches roll blunts and stuff like that. No, they don't. These are doctors and lawyers and CEOs. And I used to work with a black woman who called herself a black. That was her at the end of her email. It was BB. We all knew what BB meant or whatever.
But here's the thing. See, I'm not saying that all women that have that mentality do what I just said. I'm not saying that. I never said that.
This is what my brother said. Speaking of uncles, they told me not to wait on a woman to cook for you. You get in there and cook. And you be the leader.
There you go.
Per our Uncle Cho, the one we call Uncle Booty.
Yeah, I agree with him on that. But I'm just saying, you know, back to the subject at hand, because we kind of got off subject. Back to the subject at hand. And I agree with Michael on that. Because I can cook just as good as anybody else. You know that. But what can black women do to stop in the aiding of emasculating the black man?
Like I said, I don't have no. I'm gonna read some of these topics that I read that I wholeheartedly agree with, because I personally don't think we can do that. If your skin is that thin that I can say something to you to make you feel emasculated, you go get you some Jergen lotion or get you some cocoa butter, because your skin is thin that words can emasculate you.
I agree with you on that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Because ain't nobody going to emasculate me. I'm just saying. You know, I'm not going to let it happen, but that's just me. I'm going to be a man no matter what. I'm too hard-headed. You know that.
Here's a quote from Adrian. She said, what has masculinity done for black women for y'all to keep trying to hold on to those tired, destructive versions of it? Because it even destroys men. I mean, I kind of agree with that.
In what way?
What have y'all done? What has masculinity done for black women? There are so many head of households held by black women now. More black women are going to colleges. Once we do get a degree, and if we say something that might be profound, oh yeah, that's right, you got a college degree. You're right, I do. I got 3. You know, so just because I might hold or say or talk a certain way, don't ping pong that negative rhetoric to me like that. You had the same opportunity I had to go to school. You had the same opportunity that I had to go out there and try to hustle and get a job, move yourself up in the rank of the company. Okay, so here's another one. She said, we can't do nothing Black men have to stop treating the following things as emasculating: having emotions other than anger, asking for help, example, therapy, being LGBT, not being the primary earner in a relationship, liking things that aren't considered manly. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time with this topic. Like I said, with this topic, with her saying this, and then what Cam said as well. To me, it kind of goes hand in hand. Like, that's his version and this is her version. But to me, I don't think she meant it negatively. I think she was just asking, what can we do?
She didn't mean it negatively. Just a lot of people took it that way. But people just took it that way. People just took it that way.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. He said, you are a good woman.
Yeah.
Love you, little sis. You are that go-getter.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I've always told her that, Mike.
Yeah. But I just take like I said, y'all know I'm a proud plus-size black woman. Christian black woman.
Don't forget sexy as hell.
Yeah, exactly. But y'all know I can turn up. I take offense to that. I don't think no woman, I'm just not going to talk about black women. I know white women are taught to be submissive and be enduring and be whatever. But like I said, right now we're talking about black women. My black sisters, I'm so proud of us. Yeah, we do have some coons and some clowns and some buffoonery going on in some of us. But a lot of us has come a mighty long way.
I agree.
And I'm so proud of us. And we just can't stop growing because along the way, some men feel like we emasculating them. I'm sorry.
Well, all I got to say about this is, let me just say this real quick. Bottom line. This is just my take on this whole subject. If you're a man, no woman can emasculate you. I don't care how you slice it. If you're a man, no woman can emasculate you, no matter what. But then again, like I said, you got some men out there. Just like I said at the beginning, there are some men out there that will let a woman get to them. It happens. And that's why she asked that question.
Yeah.
Because there are some men out there that let a woman get to them like that. Me personally, I refuse.
Well, she did come back and say, wow, I'm still reading comments. I have two thoughts. Number one, despite all, I will never be fearful of asking any questions. Number two, the black man and woman needs to heal together. We are up against a plethora of odds that are continually stacked against us, but it won't change my love for all of us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because I've always said this, and I'm not going to sit up here and say that this question is going to drive a wedge between black men and black women. I would never ever say that, because it doesn't.
We already, like Michael just said, we already getting the streets from other races, so why should we do this against each other?
Exactly my point. See, like I said, this is not going to drive a wedge between black men and black women. What this is going to do, because black men and black women, for the most part, if they're on code, they ride for each other.
The book that you put up as a book to read this week?
Yeah.
How you said
Shahrazad Ali.
This is a quote from her. If we want a better man, we have to raise a better man.
Hello.
That's what I just said. Too many households are being raised by women. And like I said last week, yeah, we knew there was some, how you move your hand, Waverly men when we was growing up, but today it's so prevalent. And I still say because it's what they see in the home. If they see a mother and sisters and aunties and grandmother and they pick up their mannerism, that's what they're going down to.
I agree with you on that 100%. I mean, there are exceptions to every rule, because I had a friend named Tony Osborne, God bless his dead. He was a hoe. And I mean that every sense of the word. Every time you turn around, Tony had a different woman, but everybody thought Tony was gay because he acted feminine. But Tony was very straight.
Yeah.
He was very straight. I mean, he's the exception to the rule, but you're absolutely right. There's a lot of men. There's a lot of men out there that's raised by women that aren't taught how to be a man by a man. Yes. Because a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. That's impossible. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, that's what Michael just said. Remember, most men didn't have leadership in their lives.
That's exactly it.
Not that that's an excuse, right, Michael? You're right. It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. I mean, because you got, there's always somebody out there you can look up to. I mean, I had several people to look up to, and I didn't have too much of a father figure in my life. I'm just being real. I didn't. I had my grandfather. I had my martial arts instructors. I had a couple of teachers. I mean, I had uncles. Come on.
I don't know. Like I said, this question has baffled me because it's like I never thought. Like I said, I do know there are some women that does say I don't need a man for anything, live their lives like that. There are some women who do get offended if a man hold the door. I get offended when a man don't hold the door for me.
Yeah, she does.
Don't open my door. Don't, keep it consistent. Mm-hmm. Don't change up on me, but keep revolving as well. Don't get stagnant.
Right.
At this point, I hate to put it like this, but to each his own. Some of us appreciate it, some of us don't.
I agree with you on that.
But I don't think it's a topic where we should be saying negative innuendos or connotations toward the different races. Yeah.
I agree with you on that 100%. I mean, because like I said, there should never be a wedge because, like I said, for the most part, black men need black women. And black women need black men, plain and simple. That's the only way we're going to get along is together. We're going to get ahead in this world is together, not apart.
Let me say this right quick before we get out of here, or before we take calls. Okay, so just say if a black man is being emasculated, he go to another race. She do him the exact same way.
And it has happened.
What is that?
Same thing.
Is it emasculation?
It's emasculation as well. That's emasculation as well. The only thing that's different is the color of the woman that did it. That's all. Plain and simple.
But you don't ever hear about them coming down on white women, Filipino women, Asian women, Mexican women for doing it.
And they do it.
They do it. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't get called out on it like a black woman does.
Johnny Depp.
You decide to go to that race.
Right. I agree with you on that point. Johnny Depp is going through that right now. His wife is crazy as hell. She pissed on his pillow and every damn thing.
Well, she said he used to do stuff to her too.
I'm not saying there's two sides to every story. I'm just going by what I saw. I'm just going by what I've heard so far. There's two sides to every story.
She said he was
I'm not saying
cuckalicious too.
Hey, it is what it is. That's white folks. I ain't worried about them. Exactly. They were crazy together. But anyway, that's them. I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about my people. But anyway,
I don't know. This, like I said, the situation with Cam and like I agree with what Michael said. Cam can't really talk about nobody because. Let me see what he said about Cam. He said Cam Newton has issues. He can't be dedicated to one team. So kudos for that. I agree with that. So I mean, when I heard him talking about it, I logged into the podcast and re-listened to the broadcast, and honestly, I didn't take offense to it because there are some women who know how to cook. There are some women who know how to put something together.
Right.
I don't think there's not a woman in this world that don't know how to cook. Now, if he's talking about trying to be a chef Boyardee with it,
no.
Okay, that's different. But I'm pretty sure a woman can get you something that'll feed you. She can put something together that you won't go hungry. I really do.
Yeah.
But I know some of y'all want like Big Mama, but all of us can't be Big Mamas. We can teeter on that line. But some of us have stuff to do. We can't be in the kitchen all day. Like Big Mama used to make fresh pies and fresh pound cakes every day. We can't. We can take out some ground beef and make you some hamburger helper.
I agree with you on that. I don't hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, especially in this day and age. Being that you have two people to work, I mean, sometimes you just don't feel like cooking. I get that part. I understand that. Mike, you don't have to call into the show, man. That's all I got to say about that. Mike is going to call in. Don't worry.
He said he's going to go. He said, hey, it was nice to listen to the show. Got to finish my school. Graduating tomorrow, 25th.
All right,
so
then.
Thanks for talking. The good talk brother-in-law. Stop calling brothers hoes, Reggie.
I ain't calling nobody no hoe. I ain't calling nobody no hoe.
Love y'all. Good night. Talk about black privilege if like to know what the people think. Okay,
we
have. That's one of the shows we're going to do. But yeah, it's like, oh, thanks for Michael. Good luck with that. We'll talk about your graduation later.
No doubt.
Well, thanks for texting in and giving your opinion. But you're right. It's like I don't. If Kim, if you're still listening, I would love for you to call it. I like to get a woman's take on it. And if anybody else, Nash and Leslie, if y'all listening, please call in. Cause maybe it's just me. I'm not taking it personally, but when you said too independent. I don't think it's such a thing. I know I know we are going to have our own opinions, and we're going to have our own, understanding of it, but I don't think it's such thing as being too independent, because where we've come from, we still have a long way to go. To me,
I agree with you on
we've come
that.
to a good echelon of it.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. And I said this earlier before. Black men need black women and vice versa. We need each other. That's the only way we're going to get along in this world. That's the only way we're going to get ahead in this world is together. Because if we do it apart, that means that white supremacy is winning. And we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay? So, now, again, I don't have a problem with a woman being independent. I'm in love with one right across from me. That's my heart right there, y'all. I tell anybody that. That's my wife. I love her dearly, and I would do anything in the world for that woman, even take a bullet for her if I had to. Okay? And I love the fact that she is independent, and I always will love that fact.
But am I too independent?
No.
I think I want to be. So what can I do to be?
For what?
What can I do to be too independent?
Hell, I don't know.
You said some women are too independent. What can I do to be titled too independent?
Hell, I don't know. Just be a butthole. I don't know shit. But anyway.
I like this statement. She said, black men use their privilege as men in a patriarchal society as battering ram against everyone in our community, and it's for us to aid in some imaginary emasculation of black men.
I disagree with that.
This is the same tired narrative that creates pick-me mamas and overlooked daughters. Whoa.
I disagree with that. I mean, I disagree with that. Really, I do.
Wow. Well, like I said, these are some of the comments that I picked up. I was like, wow. I don't know.
I mean, again, like I said before, if you are a man, no woman's going to be able to emasculate you.
Listen to this one. It says, I'm proud of the way many black women responded to Tichina Arnold's question. Foolish question. Mammies and mules are even present, or ever more present, but so many more black women are getting on code now than ever before.
Well, it's not a foolish question. I don't think it is. It's not a foolish question. It's a good question. I mean, it provokes thought. So any question that provokes thought is a good question to me. It's not foolish at all. It's only foolish if you make it that way. But I don't really see the foolishness in this question. Do you, as a woman?
No, but is she looking for something? Is she trying to say, I'm not like that, so pick me? That's kind of what I got from her.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to emasculate you. I'm gonna be submissive, and I'm going to do what you say, and I'm not going to do you like that, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
because a lot, and I do mean, out of all the comments, I read her, after I read her tweet, she had thousands of comments.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And a lot of them were from men who was giving her kudos.
Yeah. Well, that's because those men. That's because those men are probably being emasculated by someone, or have been emasculated by someone. But anyway.
Ooh, listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm done with it. It says, America isn't making you drop out of school and not go to college. It's not making you not build or produce anything with a black woman. It's not making your neighborhoods unsafe with guns and drugs. It's not making you kill a black woman every 5 hours. You're emasculating yourselves.
Oh, okay.
Righty tighty.
Okay, I mean, some of those facts are true. Some of those facts are true. I mean, I'm not taking that, but you have to understand something. Whoever wrote that, understand this, sister. All that stuff that you just explained, that's only a small percentage of black men.
True.
Not all of us. Because I have never, ever done none of that shit. So that's a small percentage of us. Okay? Turn the TV off and turn off the hip hop music. That's a small percentage of us. All of us ain't like that, sister. Sorry. You're missing with that one. Try again.
But Sweet Pea, for so long, so many black women have lived without a black man in their lives.
Yeah.
That, I don't know if it's a shell or is it a protective shield that they have put up around themselves, their children, and other important people in their lives, that it may come off as being too independent.
Right.
Or being, I don't need a man for anything.
That's just it. That's
because
what I'm talking about.
we have had to endure so much on our own. And then sometimes some of us, like I said, we've had to endure so much on our own. When a good man do come along,
They don't know how to act.
we probably don't even know how to recognize it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking
saying,
about right
I'm
there.
not saying all women. Like I said, there are some women, like I said, we had to, cause like, I'm gonna use myself for an example. I've dated, I've been engaged before, I've had some pretty good, decent guys in my life. And I just came to think that I chose education and career over motherhood and being a wife. But then when I got to a plateau in my life, I started thinking about it. I kept running across riffraff.
Mm-hmm.
And some men, like I said, who used to think, oh, that's right, you college educated, blah, 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 which I thought was so asinine to say.
That's dumb. They felt threatened. Those guys felt threatened, but anyway, go
and
ahead.
that's why I carry myself. That's why I always say, like everybody know my favorite, don't let the weight fool you. Yeah, I'm a plus size woman, but I'm not gonna be no drag ass for no man either.
No doubt.
I'm not gonna put up with anything you say. I'm not gonna do everything you say, and you will not, unless if I know it, I'm not gonna let no man use me. I just cannot, because my father did not raise me that way. My uncles did not teach us that way and show us that way.
Right.
But then when a good man do come along, I do have my guards up. You know that for a fact. I had my guards up.
Yep.
And it, it's trickled down, but it took years.
Yes, it did.
Because I wanted to make sure.
And I understand that.
Because this is like, to me, this is a major stepping stone. 'Cause like I said, I thought I was going to go through life jet setting off here, jet setting off there. I couldn't wait for COVID to be over because I was about to get on the plane because I put my life on hold to take care of my parents. And now that my parents, rest their souls, have gone to glory, I kept saying, it's time for Mimi. It's time for Mimi. And pops up you. Not saying that's a bad thing. Maybe that's what I needed. So now I can still jet set off here and just, but I have a mate to do it with.
Hell yeah.
I have a sidekick to do it with.
Hell
I have
yeah.
my partner in crime to do it with.
Yes,
I have
indeed.
my Clyde to do it with.
Yep.
Because I'm your bunny.
Yes, indeed.
But for a long time, either I was said I was a black bitch, I had a bad attitude, I was gay because they never saw me with no men. I done heard all of it.
Right.
But it was just a choice that when it was time for me to get out there, it wasn't nothing out there for me to choose from.
I understand that.
So it's like, I don't think we're trying to emasculate no black men, but right now, the culture we have been in for at least, I can say for the last, how long I've been out here? 15 to 12 years.
Yeah.
Something in the culture has changed with men.
The dynamic has completely changed
It has.
because, again, the whole, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, the Alphabet Brigade, their agenda is out there and it's being pushed, and we talked about that last week. It's really, really, really being pushed, especially amongst our younger people, but and that doesn't help any either.
It don't. That's
It
why
really doesn't.
I said I feel so sorry for my nieces, because unless these young men start pulling up their pants, and like we was in Walgreens the other night, look you motherfucker, this son of a bitch, I suck my nigga. I'm like, they're not at home. They were walking around in the store talking like that.
Yeah.
Like they were sitting at home on their couch. Pants hanging down to their thighs. Why do you even have them on? Why the top of your pants stopping at under your butt? Do y'all know what that means?
No, they don't.
And that's why I say I feel, I'm not going to say all young men like that, but I feel so sorry for my nieces, because are they going to have anything to choose from?
No, not
Because
very much.
I was having a hard time in my age.
Not very much. I mean,
know?
I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I mean, they're not gonna have very much to choose from. They're gonna have to really look.
Yeah. So, I appreciate Tichina's question. It has brought up a good topic of conversation.
Yes.
But a lot of us, for lack of better words, a lot of us can take accountability for this as well. We as women and men as well. But like I said, I don't think the connotation of whatever somebody want to call themselves, that's what they said. Like I said, I agree with some of the stuff Cam was saying, but majority of it was just malarkey.
No,
A lot
I
of
agree with you,
women,
man,
a lot of women
because
don't have to cook. Like a lot of men, there are top chefs.
There's lots of men that cook. I mean,
chefs who are men.
I mean, me personally, and I've been through this before, me personally, if my baby can't cook, I can cook. I can cook for myself. It ain't that big of a deal. I mean, I don't mind that. I really don't. But if the only, I mean, my only thing is this right here. This is what I mean by bad bitches. You know, if the only thing you bring to the table is a big butt and some breasts, okay, you don't bring very much to the table.
But some men.
Okay, I mean, it's the same deal with a man. If the only thing you bring is some dick and that's it, you don't bring much to the table, bro.
Some men only want a big brother and some breasts.
I agree with you on that. They want a trophy piece. I agree with you on that. But those are few and far between. I want a good woman on my side, somebody I can build something with. That's what I want, and I got that. I'm good.
But, you know, just because she got a big butt and tits, she probably...
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. There are exceptions to every rule. I'm not saying everybody with a big butt and some nice breasts are just, you know, bring nothing to the table. But I'm just saying, if that's all you bring to the table, you don't bring very much to the table. That's all I'm saying.
So what if I say, let me play devil's advocate. I love playing that. What if I took this question when you asked me in the beginning? I would have said, I don't think nothing about her tweet. I think they need to fight their own battles. What you think I would? What do you think of that? What do you think of that statement? Would I be fair in saying that?
Yeah, if that's how you feel. Yeah, that's how you feel. Why would I feel any different about that? That's how you feel about the situation.
Because it's just like my brother said. That mean I ain't got your bag. I'm not your backbone. You can't depend on me for nothing.
I won't go that far, but I'm just saying that's just how you feel about the situation. That's all I'm saying. That's what that means.
And would you look at me? Would you date me? Would you try to date me? Would I be somebody you consider as a mate?
I don't know. That remains to be seen. Like you never know about.
I'm saying if you met some woman like that, she told you that.
That remains to be seen. I really can't make a judgment call like that.
First, if I met a man, he'd be like, "Look at here, sister. I want to take you out, but I need you to support me, take care of me, give me an allowance." Be like, "Brother, keep stepping."
Oh, as you should, as you should. Because any man that comes off like that, yeah, kick his ass to the curb. Because he's gonna drag you down along with him.
I can be your, no, what you can be is my supporter. That's what I need. I need support. I need 50. I'm not gonna be beside you. I'm not gonna be behind you.
Right by my side.
I'm not gonna be in front of you. I'm not gonna be behind you. I'm gonna be right by
my
you.
side.
50-50. This is
exactly.
And to me, a relationship, not 50-50. A relationship should be 100-100 to me. And if you come to me talking about, well, I can run your bath water and I can paint your toes and I can brush your hair. And what else?
Can you pay a bill? My car's broke down. Can you pay for that?
I don't know. I guess it's just, like I said, black women have come so far. And like I said, some of us are so, we got that, I don't know if it's a monkey in our back, but any little things. But like I said, we've been doing it for so long that we're just not going to take into things. Just like with me, like I said, I can honestly say I'm a part of that club. Like I said, don't let the weight fool you because I'm fat. Cause most fat girls are known for being easy.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
You can push them over.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I call bullshit on that. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie. Anyway.
You want to open up the phone? Anybody in the chat?
Phone lines are open. Let me go ahead and change the splash screen, y'all. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get it up here if I can. You motherfucker cancel. Sorry about that, y'all.
And let me say this, and then I'm gonna be done with this topic. Instead of thinking of men being emasculated, I feel like we as black women are, if we are going to be the head of our households, please surround your male children with positive role models.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
Male role
I'm glad
models.
you said that. Not your cousin that's got a buzz cut.
I can't teach him how to be a man. I can't raise a boy. Your sister can't. Your granny can't. I ain't none of us. With female parts.
No, you can't.
Can raise a man.
No, you can't.
A boy, whatever.
Phone lines are open.
So please give them positive role models in their lives.
Yes, positive role models. Not the D boy from down the street, because he ain't positive at all. Okay. Some positive role models.
He could have potential, but right now his lifestyle
is
not safe.
His lifestyle ain't safe, y'all. Phone lines are open. 469-638-3459. You know. That's 469-638-3459. So, by all means, call
it was a good topic. It made me think, and I was just like, wow. And I started thinking, have I ever emasculated somebody? I probably have. Like I said,
here's the thing about it.
I've told many a man.
Here's the thing about it.
Go on.
So here's the thing about it. See, let me just say this about you, babe. I can honestly tell you, you've never tried to emasculate me.
Well, thank you.
'Cause
I won't. If I do, call me on it.
If you did, I would. If you did, I would. You know, but like I said, you never tried to emasculate me. But them other fools that you emasculated, that probably need to be emasculated, they ain't here no more.
Cause they always think that that a woman don't need a man.
It's like a man.
We will love a man, but we don't need a man.
Right, just like men don't need women, but still we want a woman. I mean, that's just what we are, you know. And like I said, ladies, and we're gonna talk about this on another show. If a man can't provide the 3 P's, let his ass go.
And what are those?
What are the 3 P's? Provide, protect, and you know, if you're of the age, procreate. Plain and simple. That's what a man's supposed to do. If he can't provide and protect for you, cut his ass loose.
And if you ain't of the age of the program, he can provide that big penis.
Hey,
you know, let's just keep it real. It ain't the length of the boat, but the motion of the ocean.
Come on, man.
You feel me? Girl, let me stop.
Yeah, she got me blushing over
But
there.
no, seriously though, yeah. Good topic. I hope a lot of people, like I said, she got a lot of backlash, especially, like I said, with some of the comments I read from Black Girl, I was like, ooh, wee.
Yeah, she got a lot of backlash. But here's the thing. She asked another question, which was directed towards the fellas.
I didn't see that. What was that?
Oh, yeah. She asked, what can black men do to protect black women?
I bet that Horny None replied that thing.
I don't know. I didn't see the backlash on that.
I didn't see that one either.
But, well, I can just say it. I can answer the question really, really simple. That's what a black man does in the first damn place. If he ain't doing that, then I don't know what to tell you. That's the one thing. That was one of the first lessons my grandfather told me was to protect the women in your family. Protect the woman in your life. That's what you're supposed to do. Protect your woman. That's a man's job.
And you know, let's just piggyback off of what happened a couple of months ago. Well, a month now. The reason why Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Because they said he was protecting his woman.
Yeah.
Because black women are not protected. They are the most unprotected race of women in the world.
Yep.
So
I protect mine. I don't give a damn.
all day, every day.
You damn straight. I protects mine. So, you know, she ain't got nothing to worry about. I think she knows that too. So, you know, she good. But anyway, yeah. This was a good subject though, man.
It was. It really was.
It really was.
I hate that it had some of the negative backlash that it got, but sometimes it was, like I said, it was a good topic to talk about too, because you never know people's thoughts about stuff like that.
Right. I mean, you know, and that's the way it should be. I mean, you know, we're not gonna. I mean, even though I love this woman across from me, we're not gonna agree on everything all the time.
No,
that's just the way it is. Yeah. You know, just like she ain't agree with everything that I say every all the time. That's just the way it is. It happens. You know, you're gonna have differences of opinion, but don't let that split you apart. You know, there's that.
I don't understand what he meant by know when to be quiet. I wish Cam Newton, can you call into the
I wish you would.
Because I would love to know what he mean by that. I've had to, like he said, I always cut you off. I got a bad habit. I'm trying to work on that too, but I don't think be quiet.
Well, here's the thing about it. Well, this is just my take on that. This is my take on that. Now, when he said be quiet, I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking now. I'm thinking he meant let the man speak and let the man express his opinion. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, not just shut up and be silent because I don't. No.
And then he said,
you don't want to run over a woman.
Now, woman for me is handling her own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs.
A woman is going to know how to cater to a man if she's a good woman, plain and simple. Now, I don't know what kind of women he's bumping into.
I know, right?
I'm just saying. You got any ideas, babe?
From what I've seen that he's had children with.
Yeah. No, go ahead and say what you gotta say, baby. Say it.
Cloud chasers.
Okay.
Cloud chasers.
Okay. You're looking for that status.
And he admitted why he did not marry her. Now he done had like 3 or 4 kids this last one.
Yeah.
And he said she's a good woman, she's a good mother.
Yeah.
But No, I just couldn't marry her. Why not? She done laid down and gave you 3-4 babies. Why wouldn't you marry her? So it's something about her. You know? So that means there's something about you too.
Yeah, it takes two.
That's just all I'm saying.
Well, it's like I said before earlier this week, babe, and I told you this. You know, a man is looking for that balance. Okay? That's what a man looks for in a woman. It doesn't have anything to do with how she looks or none of that stuff. It has to do with that man and that woman giving each other that balance. And like I said, you give me that balance. That's why, like I said, I haven't been happier. I'm just being honest with you. I have not been happier because you give me that balance. See, and that's what I'm missing. And that's what I was missing this whole time. I was missing that damn balance. You give me that balance. You balance me out.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. The yin and yang thing, you know, light and dark. You're supposed to balance each other out. And so if that woman doesn't balance a man out, and if that man don't balance that woman out, y'all will be together for a little bit. You may even have a few children out of it. But you're not going to stay together. Case in point, that's what's going on with him. Even though she had children for him, she didn't balance him out, and that was a problem. Even though she might be a good woman, but she didn't balance him out, and that was a problem.
Well, he said he believed women should cook, be quiet, cater to their husband's every need, and not be a boss chick.
Huh? Oh, he wants a slave then.
If I say he want a cloud chaser who just sit there and be like, okay, Cam, whatever, okay, Cam, yeah, whatever, or who just out there just trying to look good on his arm and stuff
exactly.
like that.
That's exactly it. That's what he wants. That's what he wants.
No. So, you know, because so many women have done that before and they end up with nothing. Shout out to the movie Waiting to Exhale. Is it Waiting to Exhale? Where he came into her, I'm leaving you for a white woman, and left her with nothing. And she stood right by his side, built him up, got him a prestigious career. And in the end, she was left without nothing. Then she went to court, sued him, then she got everything. So, you know.
Well, he cut his own throat then.
I don't know.
He cut his own throat.
I just wish there were. I mean, I did read a study the other day. I think I said this on the last show, the last podcast, that the marriage rate or either two-parent households, I don't know if they're married or not, has increased a lot. So black children are being raised by two-parent households.
And that's a good thing.
In the African American community.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a really good thing because for the longest time, you know, black women were the most head of the household. The most head of the household because they were single mothers out there.
Yes. And that's why I say a lot of them be like, I've been doing this on my own. I don't need a man come here trying to tell me how to do nothing.
Exactly.
And you know, and you know, for lack of better words, I can understand that. I can understand that.
I mean, I can empathize with that. Like I said, I can empathize with that. My mother was technically a single mother herself. You know, she pretty much raised me and my sister. So, with that said, yeah, I get that part.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we don't have no calls today.
No calls for the day, man. I guess because we started kind of late, but it was my fault, y'all. I forgot to get the the chili cheese Fritos. I'm sorry. That's on me.
And I had it wrote down on the list.
She did have it wrote down.
I wrote everything on the list.
She wrote everything on the list. That's the only thing I forgot. And here's the funny part. I passed right by the aisle and I said, I get them last. And I got everything else, and that's the last thing that was on the list that I didn't get.
I tell them all the time, you don't pay attention.
I was paying attention. I just wasn't paying attention very well. That's the difference.
Tomato. Well, all right, but as always, guys, please email us or call us and let us know of any topics you would like to talk about. Tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, hit them likes.
And always get notified when we are going live.
Oh, yeah. But this was a really, really, really good subject.
50th show was a top dog show. I love it.
Oh, man, yeah. That 50th, man.
And shout out to my brother for texting in. Good looking out, Mike.
I wish you would have called in, though. But, you know, I understand you got stuff to do. I get that part.
He's shy.
He real
shy. He ain't shy. He ain't shy at all. But again, congratulations, bro.
Yeah, man.
On your graduations tomorrow, and go and get that last bit of your homework done, and you'll be a graduate tomorrow. So kudos to you.
Yes, indeed.
All right, sir. So you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. You know, like I said, we had a really good show. We always have good shows.
Absolutely.
Man. We always have good shows. So, you know.
So 50 down, 50 to go.
Yes,
and
indeed,
counting.
man. Come on, man. I'm loving it. 50 shows, y'all. That's a lot, man.
It is.
Especially since we just started. And I guess next week, you want to talk about the subject that Mike brought up?
Absolutely.
That's a really good one.
Because it's becoming prevalent. Everybody's wondering.
Yeah, everybody's definitely wondering because you got the midterm elections coming up, y'all.
197 days. How do I know that? Because I keep up with it.
She keeps up with that. But,
Yeah.
now, I can honestly tell you this. There are a few candidates out there that are talking about what the grassroots FBA people want to talk about, and that's reparations and getting something done in the black community. Mm-hmm. And I am all for that at the grassroots level. Now, I want to tell everybody out there, if you're going to vote, don't vote Democrat, don't vote Republican, vote black. To all my FBA brethren out there, to all my FBA brothers and sisters out there, don't vote Democrat, don't vote Republican, vote black. And what I mean by that is this right here. Whoever has an agenda for foundation black Americans, that's who you go for. No matter what party, forget the party bullshit, because like both parties are two different fangs from the same snake. Plain and simple. Vote black. Always. Okay?
Yeah, because now, they
Biden's numbers are going down.
They used to tell us to vote Democrat. Democrats not looking.
They ain't the lick, man.
Good at all.
They ain't the lick right now because Biden's numbers are down.
And then some people don't even want to vote Republican because that's affiliated with Trump. So I guess we all gonna be conservatives.
Like I said, babe.
Independent.
Like I said, don't vote Democrat or Republican, vote black. I mean, whoever is talking about a black agenda, that's who you need to go with.
So if that's most on the Republicans, go vote
If
Republican.
the Republicans are, vote Republican. If the Democrats are, vote Democrat. I don't care who it is. Put a black agenda out there. You gonna give us some reparations? Cool, let's do that.
Well, they'll do that to get voted.
Oh no, I mean saying, I ain't saying I ain't gonna fall for the okie doke. We fell for that bullshit before.
We fell for it several times before.
Hell yeah. So, and black people are leery of that now. I mean, the same thing that Malcolm preached all those years ago, people are starting to smell the coffee now. So
it's time.
Oh, it's about time, man. It's about time. So we'll talk about that next week, y'all. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up because I want some ice cream.
Yeah. You crazy.
But I do want some ice cream. But anyway, we gonna go ahead and leave y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
I'm Reggio.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.